This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets. Workbook Nuggets was written to be a commentary or study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading the book's full commentary on today's workbook lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some impromptu thoughts and comments on today's lesson and my commentary. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson 67, March 8. Love created me like itself. We are already saved. A better way of saying this is that we never needed saving. We were always as God created us. We can imagine and thus make all sorts of glosses and overlays and believe that the perceived result is who we are. But the true and eternal you exists unchanged and unchanging deep within. The goal of this lesson and of the workbook as a whole is to have you remember that. Nothing more, nothing less. The title to today's lesson is Love Created Me Like Itself. Another way of saying this is that I am love. I am not my body, personality, or even my consciousness. Those are temporary forms in time. The true and eternal me is non-physical. It is love. The reason we find this so difficult to believe is simple. We identify with our body and ego. We think that those are us. The Course and similar spiritual traditions of every religion and time have consistently maintained that that is not true. Even modern neuroscience and physics have come to the same conclusion. We are something far different than we commonly think. But the only way to convince ourselves of this is to experience it ourselves. The Course will never ask you to accept something on faith. It shows you how to experience it yourself. Today's lesson is a beginning attempt to reach the real you. You can. In fact, it's the most natural thing to do once we bypass the raucous shouting of the ego. Work at these lessons, which teach you how to reach your true and eternal self within. It's the most important journey you can ever take because it's the only journey that can take you home.